Everybody ready? Here we go. Wish I had to my
Someone's dead down there.
look. You're late. That's why he just now got here. They were busy. Be nice if they hit a button.
First heat, Mark Connors leads with 24 laps, Jim Wood 22, James Benz and Rick Swartz 21 each, and Gary Warden 20 laps after having a lead wire break. Mark Connors turned a fast lap of 4.810. Jim Wood, that was on orange. Jim Wood turned a 5.020 on purple. James Benz a 5.275 on red. Rick Swartz at 5.284 on green, and Gary Warden with a 5.204 on white. So let's go continue to race and see what happens in the next segment. The two heats. We got Mark Connor still in the lead with 48 laps. Jim Wood in second place with 45 laps. James Benz and Rick Swartz tied at 43 laps, and Gary Worden at 42 laps. Mark turned a fast lap time on white of 4.848.
Right.
Jim Wood turned a fast lap time on black of 5.004. James Benz on green turned a 5.046. Rick Swartz a 5.359 on blue, and Gary Worden on red a 5.336. So Mark Connor is leading by 3 laps over Jim Wood currently.
We got part of it done. I don't know, I hit something in the track.
No, I did. My car jumped on the air and come back.
I thought maybe it was my guide coming off.
I just seen something come on my car. I don't know what it was.
I hit it twice in the slot. This car's finally starting to come alive a little bit.
At the end of 3 heats, we got Mark Connor still leading.
See what it is.
Mark
Hit
is
it over there in the front straight.
Mark is leading with 71 laps.
Hit it twice.
Jim Wood is in second place with 68
Like
laps.
it's part of somebody's card or something that was in there.
James Ben is at 66 laps. Rick Swartz,
Did it get knocked over there?
Rick Swartz and Gary Worden are tied at 64 laps each. Mark set a fast lap on red of 5.038. Jim Wood turned a 5.199 on yellow. James Benz a 5.230. I'm sorry, those are median laps. Let's back up. Mark Connor turned a 5.038 on red. Jim Wood turned a 4.992 on yellow. James Benz turned a 5.080 on blue.
Mike put it back on.
Rick Swartz turned a 5.365 on purple. And Gary Worden turned a 5.073 on green. So Mark is leading. 71 laps to Jim Wood 68, to James 66, and Gary and Rick at 64 each. So let's go back to racing.
Guess I should have run my #1 car today. There you go. See? So the car wasn't legal. Yep. Don't tell me I didn't catch you without one. You do have one.
Getting close to somebody on the outside. Just race another day.
Connor still in the lead with 95 laps. Jim Wood fell behind a lap to 91. James Benz at 88. Gary Warden moved up to with 87, and Rick Swartz at 86.
That's the one I'm running.
So Mark is in the lead.
Change tires to my good one.
Fast laps. Mark Connors posted a 4.823 on green. Jim Wood a 4.935 on orange. James Benz a 5.077 on purple. Gary Warden a 5.161 on blue, and Rick Swartz a 5.264 on black. So Rick is your leader, and let's go into.
You with me a while ago. I don't know what you're saying about my car faster than yours. I couldn't get around you. B52 did pretty good.
Oh no, I have no complaints about it. You know, for 2 races they're rocking.
Well, I get 4, 5, 6 races. This car here, this motor's probably got 8 races on it. Victor put this in this car probably 3, 4 months ago.
Connors in the lead with 119 laps. Jim Wood in second place with 114. James Benz in third place with
California kid.
111. Gary Warden is at 109 laps, and Rick Swartz 108. Fast laps. Mark Connors turned to 4.869 on blue. Jim Wood turned to 4.960 on white. James Benz a 5.137 on black. Gary Warden a 5.168 on purple. And Rick Swartz a 5.299 on yellow. So we're going into the sixth heat. On sixth heat, Mark Connors will be on purple. Jim Wood will be on red. James Benz will be on yellow, Gary Warden on black, and Rick Swartz on orange. So we'll have to see how these turn out. Let's go back to racing.
I think my car's slowing down. Into heat. Hello, James. Hello there, Rick.
You're in the middle again.
Yeah,
like it that
feel like a sandwich.
Bologna sandwich.
A lot of bologna on each side of me. All right, let's see what we got. Got my mic working. We got Mark Connors leading with 142 laps. Jim Wood in second place at 137. James Benz at 134 for third. Gary Wildman Worden at 132 and Rick Swartz at 130. Fast laps. Mark Connor turned a 5.024 on purple. Jim Wood turned a 4.964 on red. James Benz turned a 5.016 on orange. Gary Warden a 5.062 on yellow. Rick Swartz a 5.265 on orange. So Mark rotates to black, Jim Wood rotates to green, James to orange, Gary to yellow, and Rick to white. So we have Mark leading at 142, Jim 137, James 134, Gary 132, and Rick 130. So 40 seconds to blast off. We'll watch this heat number 7. Couldn't find a button. Mark, you get. Tell you what, I have to run hard to get the. Heat over. He's 165 to Jim Wood 164, James Benz 158, Gary Warden 155, Rick Swartz 152. Mark had a fast lap on black of a 4.976. Jim Wood had a 4.837 on green. James Benz had a 4.990 on orange. Gary Wildman Worden a 5.114 and Rick Swartz a 5.386. So we're going on to the next lap, the next heat. Probably not much going to change this last heat. Pretty much everybody's going to finish where they are now. We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, the canoe? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my favorite boat. Okay, I didn't remember what it was. Actually, that's Yellow flag. Go. I just didn't know where, and I wasn't going to try it.
I wasn't gonna give you the pass. I figured you had enough laps on me.
I'd go to the wall if I try to get by you.
You got enough laps on me. All right. Mark Connor wins again with 189 laps. Jim Wood with 184. Gary Wildman Worden 178. James Benz 181. Rick Swartz 172. Fast laps. Mark turned a 4.846 on yellow. Jim Wood turned a 4.988 on blue. Looks like that was his last lap. James Benz turned a 5.089 on white. Gary Warden 5.013 on orange. Rick Swartz 5.555. So in segment laps, Mark got 24 laps that heat. Jim Wood and James Benz and Gary Warden, all three got 23 laps. Rick Swartz 20. Great race. We're going to stop for pictures and we'll talk to you later. Thank you for joining us.